Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So today I really quickly want to just go over another character I may potentially be playing for the starts of Breach League. I haven't decided yet which character I want to play, but I want to go ahead and show you guys this character because everybody thinks it's shit. So I made a character utilizing the skill called Blight that everyone has really expressed their opinions on thoroughly, disliking the skill, and I kind of want to show you guys my thoughts on it so far, and I actually really enjoy the skill. So Blight is a skill that you can see right here, which applies a debuff to enemies in front of you, which deals chaos damage over time. Enemies who aren't already debuffed by Blight are also hindered for a shorter secondary duration, slowing their movement speed. Continued channeling adds layers of damage to the debuff, each with their own duration. So it is a spell, an AoE, it's chaos, and it's tagged as duration. Now, I'm kind of mimicking what it's going to be like in the new league, so I don't want to, really deck out my character too much. So what I've got going here is a Zergl's Crank. Now, of course, this isn't going to be found at the beginning of a league, but essentially it's a +1 gem 4-link staff with spell damage. That's really not that hard to find. I mean, the +1 may be difficult to find, but the skill is getting a 35% damage increase as it scales through. Actually, I think it's a multiplier. So the +1 can kind of easily just be taken off for the fact that the skill gem gets an immense buff. And I'm just using Void Manipulation, Blight with Controlled Destruction, increased AoE, and I've got another setup with Essence Drain for Rapid Decay, Void Manipulation, Controlled Destruction, Essence Drain, and I'm using Vulnerability with Ink AoE on my Blasphemy. Now, I want to just do some quick runs, well, just one quick run. So this is Merville's area in Merciless. Now, I know this is not like, I don't know, anything crazy to really showcase it in, but at the same time, this is just basic gear, right? It's nothing really that crazy. Now, ideally, I would run Vulnerability with Arctic Armor with Discipline, because this is going to be a hybrid character, but my links haven't really allowed me to do that yet. So, I want to just show you guys what this looks like, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the damage, or the skill tree and everything else. Oh, this is actually, give me 1 second, this is a little loud. Let me just, easy. It is one thing to note that I will be getting quite a bit more AoE, maybe about 20%, a little more than 20% on what I have right now. So that's kind of cool. And since this isn't a cultist, I will get immense damage buffs through my Ascendancies, which I only have the normal one now, which I'll also go over here shortly. Now, people are obviously going to ask this question, because I streamed the whole day, and I noticed I got this question asked a lot, is why not play Essence Drain and Contagion instead of this? And the simple thing I'm going to tell you is because I don't really want to play it, and because you can have fun doing a bunch of other different things, you know? That's kind of just how it really works. Don't tell me it's a dead end. Don't be a dead end game. Don't do it. Alright. So all we're going to do is just put in Conk instead of AoE. And let's see how it goes. So Wither Totems down. 1 Essence Drain. And then we're going to channel Blight. Oh, it feels bad, man. I thought she'd be dead. And this is going to be without the Essence Drain. You can see it has a slow ramp up, and then it immediately kind of catches on. So that's kind of how the skill plays. I personally like it. I don't think it's that bad. Definitely, I wouldn't see myself using Conk, though, like, later on, because it just puts you in such a melee range, and you probably won't really be doing that. But I'll have a ton of other ways to scale it, and I'll also have a 5-link later on. So that's one thing to take into account. So the way I decided to play this character is I started off with Witch, and the reason why is I think Occultist has great synergy with it. So you've got Void Beacon, which is minus Chaos Resist, then Profane Bloom, which is going to be a huge damage increase. Further on, getting Maledict to get an extra curse for Temporal Chains, and then we're going to get Wicked Ward, which will synergize with Zergl's Crank, which basically is, it's nothing too crazy, but you'll have like around 50 block with the Roomies. You have a 20% chance that when you block, your energy shield recharge will start, which will trigger Wicked Ward, which will keep it on for an extra 4 seconds. That will kind of hopefully work on the ES component of my build. I'd like to get about 4,000 energy shield. I could probably get more with about 6k life, which would be a nice little mix in between. So I decided to pop out and rush right to Witch right through here to grab the increased AoE, and then move over to the left side and grab the extra AoE on Templar. After doing that, I picked up Potency of Will, and then moved my way over to Shadow, grabbed the damage nodes through Shadow, picked up Atrophy, and then I filled in Nimbleness. Now this gives me a 15 and 15 is 30, 30 that's 55, 55 plus 15 is 70% chance to avoid interruption while casting. So basically, while I'm channeling my skill, there's a 70% chance to avoid interruption from stuns, which is pretty cool. And overall, I'll have the actual build linked kind of down below in the description for like the full build. It gets about 180% life and 200% ES by level, I think 90, maybe 85, which is pretty decent as well. I'm pretty curious to see how the damage is going to scale. And I want to pop up kind of 2 uniques to show you guys what I'm going to be using. So either I'm going to decide between a Carcass Jack or a Beast for a Showl. Now, these both work out pretty well as my character is going to be with a decent ES scaling. Carcass is going to allow 70 life with some all-res and 20% radius with some area damage. Beast for a Showl would give 40% spell damage, much more ES, 10% radius, but increased damage taken. I do get increased energy shield recovery rate, which is pretty cool when Wicked Ward is up, but for the most part it's because of the bulk. Now, I believe it's going to be worth taking the Beast for a Showl because the 5% increased damage taken should be alright considering I get so much more energy shield. So that honestly shouldn't be too much of an issue, but I'm pretty curious to see how this skill turns out. Now, again, just to run over the links one more time, I'm currently using Void Manipulation, Controlled Destruction, Conk Effect, and/or / increased AoE with Blight, and my Essence Drain is just Rapid Decay, Void Manip, Controlled Destruction, and Essence Drain. Now, the cool thing about using Zergl's Crank is it gives me the ability to use 2 6-links as well. Now, this is also just a very basic guide. I don't know what I'm going to be doing fully endgame or anything. A lot of people keep asking, but remember, guys, I haven't played the game in quite a while. I'm still a newbie, basically, so I gotta play the game and get back into it to really learn. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to, like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment down below. I do apologize if it was rushed a little bit. I just kind of wanted to put out a little bit for you guys who are really looking to figure out what I was playing. So anyway, hope you guys had a wonderful time, and I'll see you boys all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.